evening. I'm Mariella David. We begin tonight with interviews and fan reaction you'll only see here. Army had UH fighting up to the final seconds, and just when time was almost up, the Warriors snatched victory away from the Black Knights. Dwayne Shimogawa is live with the highlights.
Thanks, Mariella. The Warriors were up by as many as 3 touchdowns, but Army stormed back thanks to its strong running attack, and they had a few mishaps. The Warriors did. And we take you to the game-changing play late in the fourth. The officials reversed the decision on this play. Army QB Max Jenkins with the keeper, but the ball is jarred loose. Mana Silva, he would recover it, but on the field, it's ruled that Jenkins is down, so no fumble. But as you can see here, his knees never touch the field before the ball comes loose. Hawaii takes over and makes it count. Army with the all-out blitz. Moniz, though, airs it out with the perfect pass to Pollard all the way down to the 14-yard line with just 12 seconds to go. It would set up this 31-yard game-winning attempt by Scott Enos. The senior nails it and gives Hawaii the 31-28 win over Army.
When it came down to the last drive, we weren't negative at all. We just were confident in our abilities and our plays and our coaches and our call, and we just did what we had to do.
I knew it was going to come down to it, so as a kicker, you just got to visualize, and that's all I was doing on the sideline. When I got out there, I was ready to go.
Oh, it feels great, beautiful. I mean, now we get to go to Colorado, and now we're 1-1, 50, so 500. Feel good, feel beautiful. I love this team.
Now, Hawaii has won its last 5 games against the academies dating back to 1999. Now, coming up later in sports, we'll tell you about Warrior safety Spencer Smith's injury he suffered during the game. Plus, Michelle Wie is now leading this weekend's LPGA event. We'll tell you how she did. Mariella, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dwayne. Before today's game, nearly 400 Hawaii fans were treated to a tailgate party. It was on Army's campus at Eisenhower Hall. Some UH fans made the 10-hour flight, like the Yamashiros, who flew in from Kaneohe earlier in the week. And Curtis Sano and his kids drove 6 hours from Washington, D.C. just to see the Warriors in person.
Oh yeah, we've been waiting for this for a long time because they haven't come up to the Northeast before, and we're certainly glad to have them up here.
When you folks saw that they were coming to New York and then going over to Colorado, is this a date that you folks circled on the calendar?
Definitely. We want to see the fall leaves here. We know this area is very beautiful. So this is a great place to come.
The Yamashiro family says they'll follow the Warriors to Las Vegas later this week, then make their way up to Boulder, Colorado for the Warriors' September 18th game.
Hansen is the only returning starter on the offensive line. Moniz throwing deep ball. Looks deep downfield. Polaris has got it. Touchdown, Hawaii. Kealoha Polaris. Third TD toss of the day for Bryant Moniz.
This is just pitch and catch.
Huge win yesterday by the Warrior football team, beating Army 31-28 behind the arm of Bryant Moniz. Welcome to Sports. Jamar Webster here with you. In yesterday's victory, some arms didn't hold up. Warrior safety Spencer Smith can attest to that. Smith is now battling a broken season. Now, the images I'm about to show you are a little graphic, so please turn away if you're squeamish.
Steelman on the pitch. Comes near side. It's Mealy. Spencer Smith for Hawaii is down and hurt.
Warrior safety Spencer Smith fractured his right forearm in the third quarter of the Army game. The Georgia native will be out 6 to 8 weeks and is expected to have surgery in the coming days. 2-year starter with 6 interceptions last season, ranked 11th nationally. Big hit for the UH secondary.
The Warrior football team is celebrating and recovering from yesterday's thrilling 31-28 win over Army. Despite the victory, Hawaii did lose starting safety Spencer Smith indefinitely after he suffered a broken forearm in the game.
I'm not sure how long he's out, but I'm sure he's out quite a bit. And that's a real loss. He was one of our first captains of our first game.
And don't forget, Ford also picked up a sack today to go along with 5 tackles, but his San Francisco 49ers team got smashed by the Seattle Seahawks 31-6.
Sunday marked as a travel day for the 1-1 Warrior football team, relocating from New Jersey to Las Vegas today. They'll spend the next 5 days in Nevada in preparation for Saturday's showdown with Colorado. Now, yesterday, UH edged out Army 31-28 on the Scott Enos 31-yard field goal with 10 seconds remaining. Big win, though, did come with a big loss, as safety Spencer Smith suffered a broken right arm in the third quarter and will more than likely miss the remainder of his senior season.
You know, Spencer was pretty much devastated, and so was I as a coach and a mentor and somebody who obviously knows how valuable he is to this team and what a great person he is. And, you know, and I'm sure Coach McMackin will want him on our road trips, on our sidelines, and he can really help coach the safeties. He's like a coach on the field. He wants to be a coach. He's talking about being a GA next year. You know, his GA is going to start a little bit early. He's going to, you know, be one of our coaches. And hopefully, you know, it's a 6 to 8 week injury and we can win some games and go to a bowl game and he can still play a game or two, because the kid deserves only the best, because he's worked so hard and he's such a great example of what a student athlete is. And I know the rest of the team is devastated by the loss of Spencer Smith.
Number 9 set to undergo surgery in the next few days. Kahuku graduate Junior Richard Torres now the expected starter at safety. Kickoff between the Warriors and Buffalo set for next Saturday, 9:30 in the morning, Hawaii. Over in Western New York, former Warrior All-American Dolphins receiver Devon Best opened his 3rd NFL season today by hauling in 6 catches for 51 yards in Miami's 15-10 victory over AFC East Division rival Buffalo. Number 15 entered 2010 as the Dolphins franchise record holder for catches in the first 2 years of a career at 130. That right there, former University of Hawaii and 49ers linebacker Jeff Ulbrich, now a special teams assistant with Seattle. He and his Seahawks shocked San Francisco today 31-6. In the loss for the 49ers, fellow former UH standout linebacker Travis LeBoy, who missed all of 2009 recovering from ankle surgery, posted his first sack as a Niner to go along with 4 tackles on the day. Teammate and UH product defensive tackle Isaako Sopoanga recorded 1 takedown.
Former Warrior Devon Best picked up 6 catches today for a 51 yards against the Buffalo Bills. Here he is in motion. The Miami receiver helped his team to the 15-10 win.
It was an ugly win, but at the end of the day, it's a win, you know, and in this league, it's hard to win. So we want to try to get as many as possible. We don't care what they look like, just get them and make the most of them and move on and get ready for next week.
He doesn't care what it looks like. Speaking of next week, Best and the Dolphins head to Minnesota to play Brett Favre and the Vikings.